Building better health 1 month at a time. And this is the third video in this series. And it actually is like an addendum to my series that I did on your endocrine system, hormones, and your health and nourishment in your diet. So if you haven't watched that series, I highly recommend it, because that is the whole point of why I lay things out the way that I do in this series. If you haven't watched videos 1 and video 2 of this series, please just turn this one off and go watch those, because it's building upon a foundation, and then the next level, and then this third one. So the first video of this particular series of building better health 1 month at a time talks about just energy production and getting your metabolism to a functioning rate in a healthy way, the cellular health. The second video of this series works on nourishing your nervous system, and both in rest and lifestyle, as well as your dinners and your lunches, and how to build that in a slow manner, because it can be like a life overhaul and it's too much to do at once. But these are really constructive, practical, what can I do today types of things 1 month at a time. So this is the third video, and we're on your 9th month of this year of building better health. It's slow on purpose, because this isn't about weight loss. This is about stewardship. This is about God only gave us one body. Everybody's going to die from something, but if we don't take care of the body that God gives us, and then we find that we spend the last 20 years of our lives not being able to serve the Lord because we're in poor health because of our own choices. I understand there are extenuating circumstances. I really do. But these are choices that we can make, because when we get to heaven, we want to hear, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant." And so if we have done our part and something bad happens, then we've still done our part. So I'm focusing on our part. This video, this stage 3, the last 4 months of the year, this year, actually focuses on weight loss, if that is what you want to do. If you don't, that's fine. But what I talk about in the first 2 videos is at least knowing what a healthy range of a body mass index is, and a healthy range of your basal metabolic rate, where your metabolism should be running optimally at a caloric rate. For the average female, just very generalized, please don't explain to me how I'm wrong. I understand. I'm giving the average. The average female who isn't a bodybuilder with a super duper active lifestyle focusing on macros and intense anything, I'm just saying the non-extreme average person, female, her caloric range is probably between 1,700 to 1,950 calories a day. So I am 5'7". I weigh about 125 pounds. I'm around 19% body fat, and I walk and do some light exercise every day. And I would say that to maintain this weight, I eat about 1,750 calories a day, and then on Fridays, I always have a Friday fun night treat, which is probably like a 600 or 700 calorie dessert. And that is a healthy life balance for me. I eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, and 3 snacks a day. So I just feel like it's a doable amount, and I'm never gonna have 6-pack abs. I've had 5 children. I'm never gonna be what the world tells me is a beautiful body. Please don't make any comments. Rick, my husband. No comments in the comment section about that, please. I'm just telling you, those pictures of the before and after, like, what do you have to do? You become an unhealthy person to become that. It's ridiculous. So when I say weight loss, I'm not talking about body image and feeling like you have to be something that society tells you have to be, because weight loss is not necessarily healthy. Okay, so I'm focusing on health and moderation and getting to a healthy weight range that statistically does not bump you into a category of diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease, and high blood pressure, etc., 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 etc. Okay, so we're 5 minutes in. If you're still with me, high five to you. In this one, we're going to look two sides of things. So I've tried to have you for 4 months just maintaining a calorie range while trying to do some lifestyle changes and some food changes. And this one, I'm going to ask you for this month to, if you want to lose weight, to just bump down your calories by 200 calories for this whole month. You should not have a lower calorie range for longer than 12 weeks, because then your metabolism will start slowing down and saying, okay, this is our new normal. So actually not 200, it's 1,750 a week. And the reason why I say per week is because when I've tried to lose baby weight or whatever, I know that I want to eat a homemade, delicious, baked good item on Friday nights. I want to eat a whole piece of cheesecake. I want to eat a brownie sundae. I want to eat a small blizzard. I want to eat it. And so I know that Friday, my calories are going to be like way higher than normal. So I look at it the whole week and I say, okay, so if it's about 250 calories a day, which is about 1,750 a week, which would be about a half a pound a week, which is moderate and sustainable. And if you lose a half a pound a week after 12 weeks, that's 6 pounds. And that might seem slow, but if you take a month to go back to normal and then you go for another 12 weeks, that's another 6 pounds. That's better off than where you probably are today. This is about health and a long-term sustainable lifestyle. So if, for my case, I know that I'm going to eat 800 calorie dessert item on Friday, then I just say, okay, well then there's 19, then I just, do the averages of 1,750 minus 900 divided by 7. And then I figure out my calorie range for each day. So not only then you reduce your calories by 1,750 a week, then I want you to focus on better grains, non-enriched grains. If it says enriched, that means that it doesn't have any nutrients at all outside of what the commerce has put back in them. Even whole grain flour on a shelf has nothing in it because it's been oxidated away. Once they broke open those wheat berries, oxygen has deteriorated the nutrients. So what you're getting with whole grain wheat in the store is literally just dense wheat with no nutrient value. So what I do, and I'm not saying you have to do this, but I focus on, you get your old-fashioned oats or your brown rices or your just whole complete rice. I personally make my own breads and I grind my own wheat with a Nutri-Mill grinder, which you can get on Amazon. It was a birthday present for me, and it's so fast and it's so easy. And you can buy, Augerson has wheat berries, hard wheat berries at Walmart. Soft wheat berries I get at a Whole Foods store, because soft wheat is more for your cookies and your cakes and stuff like that. But what happens when you grind that wheat immediately, you can freeze it. I freeze excess for the week, but it retains all of the nutrients. You have your B vitamins in there. You have your vitamin E from the wheat germ oil that's fresh and in there, and it hasn't been oxidated. That's so important. That's a really hard fat soluble vitamin to find in your food is vitamin E. And getting it in that wheat germ oil from freshly grinding your wheat is extremely helpful. And so almost all of my breakfasts, they have that vitamin E in there. So soaking your own beans instead of having canned beans. And then you can control what all goes in everything. So focusing on your carbs and having better quality carbs is what I would focus on this month, and saying, how do I get rid of enriched products and rather introduce nutrient dense grains into my life? So Again, oats, brown rice, not white rice, soaking and cooking your own beans, and focusing on better flour options. And then month 10. Oh, and so also in that, look at your cereals, anything that's enriched or iron fortified, I would recommend replacing it with homemade version of that. So month 10, again, maintain that same calorie reduction. And then focus, so you're focusing on the better grains, but start making your own breads. Even if you're just going to do some other type of flour and you haven't been able to invest in grinding your own flour, making your own breads is still going to be better for you. So focus on making your own breads, making your own buns. I can hear my children laughing now. Making your own desserts from scratch instead of brownies that are, I think by this point when this video comes out, nope, I don't have them yet, but my Friday Fun Night desserts, they're great recipes to make baked goods from scratch. They have good ingredients in them that don't include oh man, there's so many bad things in boxed desserts. But make your own desserts once a week. Make your own bread once a week. And then make your own breakfast out of your own flour. It's just a better option. So that's what month 10 is, focusing again on better grains. That's what we've done these past 2 months, is focusing on better grains. And then month 11 is still in that 1750 week calorie reduction. And then at this point, I want you to look back. You've gone almost an entire year. Have you been faithful? There are ups and downs, right? But are you still walking this path? Are you still on this building better health 1 month at a time? You have gone almost an entire year of a life overhaul, a food overhaul, a stress overhaul, a lifestyle change. Everybody's like, it's not a diet, it's a healthy lifestyle. But really, being a good steward of your health is a lifelong endeavor. So at this point, you are probably lost a little bit of weight. Maybe not tons, but look at the life changes that you've made. Go back and count your blessings. Look back at your non-scale victories. How far have you come in your stewardship to where when you look at the Lord, you can say, I have done my best. I have done my best. I have been faithful, not perfect, faithful. And in this month, you've already focused on better grains, but now maybe broaden your produce. Maybe at this point your tastes have changed a little bit to where you're not super addicted to processed food. You're not processed food dependent. And maybe at this point you can start broadening your produce and saying, well, maybe I'll try mushrooms. Maybe they won't be awful. Maybe now I'll try beef liver that I make from home and it won't be so bad. And then on month 12, I want you to go back to your maintenance calories for the entire month, because you don't want your metabolism to slow down and say, this is our new calorie range. You want to try to keep your calorie range to the highest point that you can without gaining weight. That's the goal. So you're not trying to have a 1200 calorie diet ever. So go back to your maintenance calories, which shouldn't be big. It should just be a 250 calorie more a day. And then at this point, after you have really just transitioned your life to real foods, real cooking, real snacks, real balance, vegetables, a variety of produce, a variety of whole grains, at this point, then if you want to say, maybe I'm going to source my products, my food ingredients from better places, you can, or you don't have to. If you want to get things that are more fresh and more local, or if you want to switch to raw milk and raw products, it's not, at this point, you probably have some changes in your life that you're going to stick to, and you can probably tweak things as you so desire. And then if you're going to try to lose a little bit more weight, just go back to that 1750 calories a week reduction for another 3 months and then a month off. That's it. It takes a whole year to change your life, but it's worth it. this was helpful. This is how I live my life. This is what I train my children in. You can't control other people. They're going to do what they're going to do. But before God, I can say, I taught them how. I taught them how. And so I'm trying to teach you how. If you have any questions, let me know.